Welcome to Mommionaire Digital Marketing Podcast, where we gather to learn how to use online strategies to build our direct marketing business. Through this podcast, you will be learning how to create offers, funnels, and storytelling so that you can create value for your potential customers as well as your downline. Enjoy the show. Today, I want to talk about a major thing that I am seeing going around. As I'm reflecting, I realize as a professional woman and a woman of color that I have so many skills that I have used in the workforce to help major organizations make millions. And I look at other people of color who have spent their career in sales and marketing, graphic designs, in technology, working for major law firms, working for major companies in the sales and marketing division, public relations, and investing so many hours working for these companies and helping these companies accomplish building their brand or accomplish promoting their business so that they can make millions. And I've also watched where we have worked these hours, and when these companies have decided to restructure, where they let us go, and we are now focusing on really trying to provide for our family and trying to see what we can do to ensure that our family has the resources. And I thought about it and I said, why is it that we have to continue to work for crumbs? And, instead of sitting down and looking at our talents and the skills that we have, we are continuing to look for jobs so that we can work again and make the crumbs. But when hard times hit, we don't even have enough money to be able to live this lifestyle that we have lived while we were working full time. Why don't we do the things that other people do? Now, if you're like me, you know that many times when a direct marketing business starts, it tends to start in white communities. And by the time it reaches us, these communities have already made their millions. And we're starting at the bottom, just like our profession. Many companies tend to hire us last. And what happens when restructuring happens? They look at the last group of people that have joined their organization, and they start laying them off because we're the last people, total bottom pole. And with that, we tend to be the first ones to be let go. Same thing with direct marketing, when we tend to be the last ones to join a new opportunity, a new business that is making billions. And at the point when that business has come to that point where it's full, we tend to be the ones collecting the crumbs. Why is it that we're not the first ones to join something new or something great that's going on in a business and building from there? We need to change our way of thinking and really come in and think about what is it, the talents, what is it that we have that we can actually use to promote and build our business so that it can be a business that create a financial future for our family. How do we think about building an empire for our children, a financial empire, or leaving a legacy for our family? Just to give you a little bit background of you, my father, when my parents were divorced, my father married my stepmother who's white, she's Canadian. And I look at their family, and I lived in Canada for a year when I was very young and lived with a white family, and I watched their family structure. I also was in an interracial marriage, and I watched their family system. And one of the things that I've noticed in their family system, in all these family systems, is that most white people, when someone gets married in the family, you buy their first house, the father or the mother helps to put the money for their children to buy their first house so that they can be financially stable. And I've noticed within our Black community, we don't have that. We don't have a parent who's going to help us to buy our first house because they have that extra money to help us to start building our future. Many of us have had to start from scratch. I know after my divorce with my ex-husband, I've had to learn how to start from scratch and had to figure out how to stand up on my own as a single mother to provide for my child, knowing that if I fall, I have nowhere to go. I have no one to fall on. I don't have a mother and a father who's going to say, come to my house, you and your daughter, and I'm going to take care of you. Certainly, I have relatives who are loving enough and caring enough, cousins and aunts, who would never let me fall to the ground. And I could know that with full assurance that if push came to shove, they would not want me to go in shelter. But let's lay the truth down. I've had times when I've been in a shelter with my child and my ex-husband because we had hit the financial bottom in the last recession in 2008. Yes, I've been in that position. I'm being, open and candid with you and letting you in my life. I've been in that position. I remember, I think it was 2000, I would say about 2009, where my ex-husband and I and my daughter spent a few months in a shelter. At that time, I was working as a business manager for a major luxury brand, and my ex-husband wasn't working at that time, and things were hard. I mean, gas at that time was at $4 and change. Just for gas to fill up our tank was $4 and change. And it was tough. I was dressed up every day to go to work, to lead a team. And here I am. I couldn't afford to be able to pay rent to live with my child. And my ex-husband wasn't working at the time. It was really rough for me. In fact, I remember as I was working, my determination was that for my daughter not to feel the brunt of being in a shelter, I basically, although we were in a shelter, I placed my daughter in a Montessori school. So this way, she was at school when I was at work, and I would pick her up after getting from work and bring her to the shelter with us. It was a rough time in my life, and I wondered, here I am, an intelligent woman with marketing skills, with business skills, with public relations skills, and yet I'm working to help this luxury brand to make millions, and yet I can't even be able to support my family. So that's where I'm coming from. Why is it that we have all this knowledge, we're helping people to make millions, but yet we're not using these skills and knowledge to help ourselves and our family? I'm looking right now at the direct marketing and people who are rocking it and doing financially well. I'm looking at the digital marketing platform. I'm looking at these men, these men who just entered these platforms, did not have any skills. I'm looking at people who are waiters or who work in low-paying jobs and decided, hey, I am going to join this digital marketing platform, and they're making millions. And yet, we who have these skills that we've worked for companies and who have helped companies to make millions have not applied them to help ourselves, to help our family. So I'm speaking directly to women. I'm speaking directly to men of color, women of color we are watching on the wayside because maybe we're in a situation where we are getting unemployment. We're trying to figure out how to make ends meet instead of looking at, hey, right now is the opportune time where I have the time. I'm not working for a company. Maybe I can come up with a product, or maybe I can join a direct marketing business. Maybe I can build a financial future for my family, starting something new from the way down, using the marketing skills that I have, or using the leadership ability. Maybe I should learn a marketing skill. Maybe I should learn to market myself online, digitally, so that I can build a presence for myself. How do I become an attractive character to show the talents that I have to a potential company? How do I move to that next step in the ladder where, that position that I wanted, that I dreamed of having because I have the skills to be able to work in that position? How do I market myself? This is the time for us to really think about these skills that we have and really, be able to build our brand. Yourself. Build yourself as a brand. I think about your name. Take your name and build a brand of who you are. Create your own press release about who you are and write it down so that other people could see what you have to offer. Many of us are working hard and we're thinking of working for someone and continue to promote that person. Why not now think about ourselves and promoting ourselves? Many of us have talents in digital marketing, know how to market, know how to do public relations, know how to write press release. Many of us know how to use graphic designs. Why not use those skills for ourselves? Because I am looking at people who are rocking it and people who are saying they're making the money. And I'm like, wait a minute. These people have not worked for major companies. Look at me. I've worked in sales and marketing for major luxury hotels. I've worked for the Waldorf Astoria, New York Palace, Plaza Athénée, sales coordinator for the Plaza Athénée when I worked for the richest man in the world, who was the Sultan of Brunei, who is the Sultan of Brunei. I've worked for the Marriott hotels. I've worked for major luxury brands as far as cosmetic line industry, as well as major retail stores. I've had my own business. And when I look at myself and I'm like, all of this knowledge and talent, and I'm listening to people who are saying, I'm rocking it, but they don't have the skills that I have, the knowledge that I have. And that is why I have decided to start my own agency and really focus in that area of digital marketing, because I realized that, hey, if there's anyone who knows anything about digital marketing, it's me. I went to school for it. I've taken classes for it. I've also worked in major companies dealing in that area. I understand what public relations is all about. I understand what sales is all about. And I'm utilizing it for myself to help my business grow, but also to teach other women how to master this area of digital marketing, how to market themselves, how to market their business, how to become that attractive character that people are drawn to them, and also how to use the skills and the knowledge they have to market their business and to really increase their income so that they can be able to build that financial future for themselves. This is not the time for us to sit back, women. This is not the time for us to sit and mope and cry because we have lost our jobs and we're not able to provide for our family because we've been living on crumbs. This is the time for us to look at what we have. What is the resource that we have? What is the vessel that we have that we, by faith, can present with faith to God and have Him fill it up with oil, that it fills up to overflowing, that we are looking for more vessels to have filled up with oil. And that vessel is the talents that we have, the things that we know, the things that we have at home, the knowledge. I always tell, I'm an educator, and I've told you my story of in 2008, the struggles that I went through, that last recession, being in a bad marriage, and deciding to go back to school. When I had decided to go back to school to finish my degree, I had almost at the point of completing my degree in business management. I lost credits in order to go back to school and be able to get that ability, get the knowledge that I needed to become an educator. And I had to go back and pursue and really get focus on getting that degree on becoming an educator and take additional classes. And yes, there were extra credits, but I did them for a purpose. But then I look at that, I had this marketing skill. I had the skill of being an educator. How can I combine these skills to teach other people so that they can be able to build their business, so they can be able to build their brand? Now, as I'm doing this thought came into my reflection today. So I am recording it on my voice. You've heard the noise in the background, but I wanted to speak out to someone today, someone who is probably struggling, someone who has all the talents and have been working hard to help other people to build their business, to build their brand, to build their millions. Someone who's been working for major corporation and realize, hey, I've lost my job. What am I going to do? How am I going to provide? In this time when you're collecting unemployment, in this time, look at the talents and the gift that you have. Think about a direct marketing business who's already have the structure. You don't have to invest money in building your business. Think of a direct marketing business right now that you can join, and using the products in the vessel, you can market the products and make that money and build a financial future. Or maybe it is a skill that you have, that you know that you have always dreamed of doing your own business. Use it today. Use it today. Build what it is. Put it in writing. Take a piece of paper and write. Maybe it is a coaching ability that you have, or a book that you've always wanted to write. This is the time for you to be able to do that. So I just want you to know that all the skills that you've been using for companies to make their millions, you can use for yourself. You can use to build for your family. You can use so you can build a financial future. Because I'm looking at the people who are rocking it, and I'm going to be honest with you, I have interacted with some of them, and I'm like, you are lacking in business skills. You have not worked for major companies. You don't know how to service your clients properly. You don't know how to build your business. You don't know how to follow through process. And I'm like, if these people don't have these skills and they're making millions, how about us? The people who have worked for major companies and who have the skills and the ability and the knowledge, and we can do it. So if you have any questions and you want to know how to do it, how to build your business, how to really become that attractive character, how to build your brand, how to really know who are your target customers, how to build your marketing plan, absolutely, please comment below. Also, check out my website as well, mommillionairedigitalmarketing.com. Thank you for listening to what I have to say. May you be motivated. Enjoy this day. Thank you. Bye-bye. If you would like to get more information on how to build your direct marketing business using online strategies as well as social media, please go to our website, mommillionairedigitalmarketing.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe and also make some comments of what you would like to hear in our next show. Thank you. Bye-bye.